All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Ferris Global Live at 5. My name is Brian Hartman, and I am happy to be the host today of the show. Today we are fortunate to have with us Chris Morhardt, the founder and president of Pharus Group. And Chris is going to share with us how Pharus Group can help build businesses strong all across the country. So without further ado, let's welcome Chris Morhardt.
Hey, Brian. How are you today?
Hey, doing good. So how is the weather up there in our office in North Carolina?
It's feeling a little bit like fall today. They said it's supposed to get in the 40s this weekend, so it was interesting. I had a board meeting outside today in the gazebo, and we all were, separated 6 feet apart, being good citizens, and there was a nice breeze blowing, and the cool air was coming through, so it's feeling nice out here.
Little different than 90-degree weather here in Florida. We're live here from our Ferris Plaza headquarters, 1859 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard. And Chris is in our North Carolina office, and that is where?
46 Church Street in Hayesville, North Carolina.
And how many traffic lights are in Hayesville?
Oh, there's a total of 2 traffic lights.
Wow, that still blows my mind.
That's one too many, in my opinion.
I bet it is. What's the population over there?
Oh, well, the city has about 300 and the county has about 3,000.
And there's 3 of you out of the 300, right?
Yeah,
your family? Right. So that's only 297 other people that are there. So how long has the office been open now in Hayesville?
A little over a year. I think it was March or April of 2019 when we got it opened up.
And so plans for expansion. We now have the office in Hayesville. And what are your plans for tackling all the other states around the area?
Well, I suppose it's a natural extension to get into Georgia, since it's right over the line here. We're located in Tennessee is real close by. So I think naturally North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee makes sense.
Absolutely. We're slowly taking over the southeast of the country.
That's right.
Just a little housekeeping issue. If anybody that is watching would like to ask Chris any questions, please post them in the comments wherever you might be watching, whether it's on Ferris Funding page, Ferris Group page, or through my Facebook page. Just drop a question in the comments section and we'll be happy to get that question answered. So with that said, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about Pharus Group and when it was started and what exactly does Pharus Group do?
Sure. It's funny because I've been approached sometimes and people say, well, what's a Ferris and why do I need a whole group of them? And one of the questions that's often asked is, what does Ferris mean? So that's a good place to start. Ferris is a Latin term for guiding light. And a guiding light is a good description of what we do at Pharus Group, and offering back office management support for small to mid-sized business owners and entrepreneurs. And so, further breaking that down a little bit, the easiest way to understand what Pharus Group does is we help in the back office functions of any business, whether you're just starting out or you're a second stage going to the next level, or even if you're 30 years in and you're getting ready to exit the business, Pharus Group can take a role in the success of that business's profitability and overall operations. And, Brian, we do that not only from a consulting and advisory standpoint, which is part and parcel to every relationship, but what we do is we're an implementation team. And that's what separates us from other business consultants, in that we have internally 4 verticals within the Pharus Group office where we help with financial management. So we have bookkeeping and accounting professionals that do everything from full charge bookkeeping all the way up through outsourced CFO services. We also have a full marketing department, and that marketing department offers everything you'd expect from a full service marketing agency: website design, logo design, print design, social media, digital media, and so forth. video production. We also have a very robust human resource department, and that human resource department offers compliance. We have a payroll service and a PEO plan to assist in managing those employees. Also, full compliance and recruiting services. So the whole idea with Pharus Group is that if you're a business owner and you can't afford a full-time staff in any one of those areas, you can rely on Pharus Group to help fill in those voids and take your business to the next level.
Awesome. So what prompted you back in 2008? So we're going on 12 years. What prompted you to start up Pharus Group?
Well, it was another one of those interesting times back in, if everyone remembers, kind of 06, 07, 08. It was interesting economic times, and I had been recruited down to Florida for a position with a company down in West Palm Beach, and due to the economic times at that time, I decided to leave that company. It wasn't the right fit for me any longer, and trying to do some what do they call it? Pivoting nowadays. Trying to do some pivoting back down in 2007, 08, and basically looked at what is it that I enjoy doing, and what do I have a lot of expertise in. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, right? It was my first job down in Palm Beach County. So I just kind of looked within and said, gosh, I've been an entrepreneur, small business owner my whole life, and I know what small business owners need. They need the guidance and assistance in the back office support of running the business, the day-to-day functions that are outside of that core skill set. So if you're a doctor, a lawyer, or a widget maker, you have a core skill set or a passion. You might be a plumber, an electrician, or a hairstylist. That core skill set or a passion is enough to get the business started and off the ground. And if you're a hardworking entrepreneur and you're willing to put the time and effort in, you'll be successful. And we work with those successful people. But there's really two types of people that we work with. One is that entrepreneur that understands all the facets of business. They've got the business off the ground, they're clicking along, they're doing really well, but they just run out of hours in the day to be able to wear all those different hats. The other type of person we help are those entrepreneurs who really just know their skill set, and they really don't understand all those other areas of business and really just need the help. And that's where we get involved and we can help them grow. So with that understanding, I kind of looked at the marketplace and said, there's going to be a real need here for assistance in managing and growing successful businesses. It was around 2008 that we started Pharus Group. I owe credit to my business partner at the early stages, David Bernstein, who was very instrumental in the growth and establishment of Pharus Group. David had left a successful corporate career and decided to partner with me in Pharus Group, and together we built a really nice business. And then David retired in 2016. So I owe him credit to the success that we're building upon today.
Awesome. Looks like Matt Piscitelli says amen to that. Thanks, Matt. We appreciate that. Anybody have any questions that is watching this, please feel free to put them in the chat and give us some likes and send out some shares. We would very much appreciate it. So very cool how it all started, Chris, and it was right in the pit of a recession on top of all of that, right? So I think you found at the beginning you did a lot of turnaround help for businesses, but later that kind of evolved into accelerated growth for a lot of companies, right?
It did, yeah. And so what we've found over the years is our business model has matured to expand kind of to either extents of those four quadrants I mentioned. So not only are we helping with financial management, bookkeeping and accounting, human resources, operations, and marketing, but we also can help in the very early stages develop business plans and projections and help a business come out of the gates and start up. Obviously, you need adequate funding in order to be successful in that. But we also now have an investment banker on the team who can bring those equity partners in for good ideas to launch successful businesses. And we're a great option for launching a business from the beginning to keep the costs down. Now, on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, we do specialize in helping businesses exit. So and it's one of the things I really enjoy doing at this stage in my career is assisting those business owners who are ready to face that exit. They might have been in business 20, 30 years, and quite frankly, some people just get tired, and other people just are ready to turn it over and to a new regime, if you will. But what we are specialists in is helping that business owner navigate a successful exit as profitably as possible. So we call that sell side representation, and it's something I really enjoy doing, is helping somebody successfully navigate an exit of their business.
So it's pretty cool. Theoretically, you can help a business start up and then watch them grow and be able to help them, not only just watch them grow, but help them grow, and then also lead them towards their exit and into retirement.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the fun part, because we can engage with a business at any stage, regardless of what stage they're at. And because of the flexibility of our business model, we can just kind of plug in, customize something that works for them, and then figure out the best way to engage and grow.
Awesome. Very cool. So if you had, I wanted to ask you what an ideal client for Ferris Group would look like. So do you have one in particular that you might be able to run through, or just share with us what an ideal client would be?
Sure. What we've kind of intentionally set our sights on in the past couple of years is what we refer to as second stage companies. And those are the businesses that have achieved a level of success. There may be 10 to 99 employees in a headcount or greater, and they're usually hovering around $1 million in top line sales at a minimum. And we can plug in and help those businesses take their company to the next level. And it's usually at that stage where we'll see a business ready for the kind of help that we bring to the table. Because again, early stage, it's either the entrepreneur or maybe friends and family who kind of plug in to help get that business going. And then at some point, they need to start looking at their org chart and plugging in qualified professionals in those seats. You mentioned kind of a case study. We have a medical practice recently in Sebastian that we recently helped launch. As a doctor coming out of the hospital system, and this particular case study does a great job of exhibiting Ferris Global, more than just Ferris Group, but the whole global ecosystem that we've been able to put together. But coming out of the gates with that, early stage, we did some projections and business planning and some modeling for the client so they'd know what they were getting into with their business endeavor. Before even pulling the trigger on saying, yes, we're going to do this, it was good to go through the exercise of planning. And so we went through this planning exercise, developed projections and financial models to say, this is what it looks like. From there, the decision was a go, and they wanted to move forward. So we immediately went to work and plugged in Ferris Practice, our medical practice management division, went to work to set up all the billing and credentialing of the new doctor's office, getting the doctors set up. Our accounting team at Pharus Group set up all the bookkeeping and the QuickBooks so we could monitor their financial, prepare their financial statements monthly. And so in conjunction with Ferris Practice, they would work together to develop all their billing and coding to collect the money and then account for it. Our Ferris IT department went in and rapidly set up all of their infrastructure because they were coming out of the hospital. They had no computers. They didn't have anything to work with. So Angel with Ferris IT went in, set up all the computers and the IT infrastructure for them to function. Rudy with Ferris Insurance did a stellar job of getting in and getting the medical malpractice set up for the doctor and all of their liability insurance, their business insurances that they needed, the building insurance, including all the employee benefits, setting up their PEO and their payroll platform and their 401ks. So Ferris Insurance Services stepped up to the plate and did a great job getting them up and in business. Our marketing department here at Ferris Group is doing a great job. Joel's just developed a new landing page for them connected to their EMR and doing some promotion and all their business cards, their social media, their video production. So great question, and it's great to give case studies of how we can plug in with really any business. The industry doesn't matter. We're industry agnostic as far as that's concerned, and we can offer these services, whether it's funding the business. I forgot to mention your part in that business is getting that business up and running with a line of credit, which but our listening audience didn't know that. And, that's one of the things that when a business is starting, they need capital. Obviously, everyone listening knows that. And when this office was getting ready to start, they needed to bridge the gap between day one and day 90 revenue. So a line of credit was necessary. So all of that kind of comes together through Ferris Global, so we can provide services for our clients.
I actually someone asked me today, what makes Ferris Global or Ferris Group different than other companies out there? So how would you let's see how you would answer that question.
Besides the obvious. No, what I always say is it's one point of contact, and there's value to that. That one-stop shopping has been a little diluted over the years and sometimes can sound a little hokey, but in this particular case, it's a very professional one-stop shop where we've put a team of professionals. This isn't just Chris and Brian running these businesses. We've got industry professionals that are running each of these companies. Rudy Chacon with Ferris Insurance running that 25 years in insurance business, and our Ferris practice, same thing, depth of professionalism and everything that we do. And so I think that what our clients enjoy the most is being able to contact us, one point of contact, and then knowing once they're in the family, they are well taken care of, and we're going to do everything we can to make that relationship and that experience as positive as it can be, so we can have a client for life. That's another thing. We're not looking to get rich on any one client. We're looking for relationships, and those long-lasting relationships are what help us to build a successful company.
Awesome. I also like to say that we haven't invented anything new, but it's just what we put together to go together that helps each business to be able to get where they want to go.
Well, that's right. And that's true of Ferris Group, just in that company itself. And that's one of the selling features I've always explained, is that, we didn't invent bookkeeping, we didn't invent marketing, we didn't invent human resources. And all those services are available with other qualified professionals in each market. But what we've done, and we've done very successfully, is we put them all under one roof. And just like any senior management team would operate for a business, you take a $100 million corporation, they're operating with a CEO and a full team of senior management professionals. And that team sits around the boardroom table and they discuss what's best for that business to move forward. We do the exact same thing on behalf of our clients. Our team comes together, we sit around the table, we discuss, and each of those disciplines is working together in the same environment to the benefit of our clients.
Awesome. So I guess the important question for everybody to know too, and before we get to that question, again, as a reminder, for the folks that are watching, if you have any questions for Chris, please feel free to put it into the comments and we will be able to get to them. And also do us a favor and please share this and like it. We would very much appreciate it, because we're kind of new at this whole interview setup and we'd like to make sure that we get the word out there. So thank you for doing that.
Proud to be number 2 on your interview list, Brian.
That's right. Episode number 2. And by the way, that's a good point. Just to plug this, we will be doing this every Tuesday at the Ferris Global Live at 5. So keep an eye out for future episodes to come. Next week, we probably will be talking about mergers and acquisitions along with exit strategies, and how that all plays in along with equity side of the equation. So stay tuned for that, coming up next Tuesday at 5. So Chris, are the services scalable at Ferris Group, or does someone have to use all of the services?
No, the services are completely scalable, Brian. We have some clients that come in and avail themselves of everything. We call them full service clients. And those are the ones who realize that for a fraction of the cost of hiring one professional internally, they can hire Ferris Group to fill multiple functions within their business. I've had more than one client sell themselves on our services once we have that initial discussion saying, gosh, I was about to hire a controller for $90,000 a year, and you're saying for less than that I can get marketing and I can get HR and I can get my payroll and I can get my accounting done, and I can have senior level advisory oversight for my business to help me grow and take me to the next level? The answer is yes. And so when they realize that, they make the decision promptly. But the truth is we can kind of customize a package to any business and whatever makes sense. Again, we're just looking to step in and get our foot in the door with that relationship and help them grow and let the relationship grow from there.
And now we actually have the ability potentially to save them enough money to be able to pay for all those services as well before they even come to the table, right?
I mean, that's the key. If we can come in and we can save a business a ton of money, tens of thousands of dollars, or even hundreds of thousands, as we've seen in recent cases that we're working on. I won't even talk about the abnormal multi-million-dollar savings that we're looking at the moment. That's not typical, but typical is being able to come into a relationship and right out of the gate save tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not trying to be secretive about that. We want to save the money for the business owner, but then give them the available funding to bring Ferris Group in to help them grow the business even stronger. So it's just a great opportunity, and we love coming in and being able to offer value and savings before you even pay us a dime.
Absolutely. The interesting part too is that not only are the services scalable, but as we bring on more clients, our own company, Pharus Group, is scalable within internally, right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm proud of the business model. It functions very well. Over the years, what we've done is, early stage when we were just getting going, we used contractors, and then when we had the need, we would bring employees on. So I remember number one employee, and then number two, and now we're up to a pretty good head count. But we're very scalable too. We just need to add layers, just as we would advise our clients. We're scalable in the same fashion.
Absolutely. So oftentimes cost is a factor for business owners. Are the services typically affordable?
Yeah, I just mentioned that they're scalable. So in that, I believe they're affordable. We strive to come in at less than what it would cost to hire a full-time person in that capacity, with much deeper experience and skill sets and cross-training. So, if somebody were to hire us for their outsourced bookkeeping, there's a whole team of bookkeepers at Ferris Group. So if for some reason one went down or was out sick or something, there's redundancy and backup, and you can't get that with one person when you make a hire. So there are definitely advantages to outsourcing and working with a team like ours that has a deep set of knowledge and experience and cost savings.
Recently we've been working with a number of new independent contractors coming on board. Did you want to touch on that a little bit, how people can get involved if they're interested?
Yeah, absolutely. Because of the nature of Ferris Global that we've put together, we've got opportunities for other professional consultants to join our team. And so we've actually put a contingent of independent contractors around the country on. We've got South Florida to Texas and California and North Carolina and I guess up north as well, right? So we've got a good representation across the country of other professional consultants that may just offer one area of expertise. We brought in a really skilled gentleman that's expert at franchise development and franchise acquisitions and mergers, and we're excited to have him on the team. He's excited to be part of our team to expand his breadth of knowledge, and it's just a good cooperative relationship. So, if there's any professional consultants out there that you want to expand your service offering and work with a team of professionals, we would love to hear you. I guess they're calling already.
They're calling right now. Excellent. So I think it's kind of a win-win in both scenarios, right? Because a lot of times we can bring on, like you mentioned, folks with certain skill sets that may not already be in Ferris Group. and then you combine that with what we already do, and it's a win-win, right?
That's right. Yep.
Awesome. So let's talk for a second about is there a cost for an initial meeting or conversation with Ferris Group?
Nope. In 12 going on 13 years, we've never charged for an initial consultation. So I always welcome that first hour of conversation to get to know each other. And we want to learn about our clients' businesses. We want them to learn about us and see if it's a good fit, but there's never a charge for that initial consultation.
I'm just bringing up a page. Wanted to share this on the screen real quick. So this is a page where it's ferrisglobal.com, and anybody that is interested in a free consultation or evaluation can come here and enter your information and then tell us which of the services that are being provided or that we do provide you have interest in learning more about or would like to find out more about. So it's ferrisglobal.com, and you can see the name actually right on the screen, Ferris Global.
Yeah, that's a great resource to direct people to. And once we receive that, we're happy to reach out, set up a time to talk. And I would urge anyone who's listening that might have a potential need in their business to contact us just to learn about all of the plethora of free services that are available right now because of the whole COVID pandemic. I know here in North Carolina, as well as in Florida, there are numerous resources that were available, we're knowledgeable of, that are available to the small business owners. And there are many business owners who aren't taking advantage of these free services. There's money available, there are grants available, there are low interest rate loans available. There's all sorts of funding opportunities that we can help with. And so if for nothing else, contact us to learn about some of those services. But also importantly, as we discussed, we've got a lot of opportunities for business owners and property owners to save significant money on their property through cost segregation, through other employee hiring credits and so forth. So before you even spend a dime, there's a lot of free services and things that you could take advantage of.
Absolutely. A lot of different ways to skin a cat, right? So
yes,
I think there's not only opportunity to help on the loan funding side, but also ways to be able to infuse cash back into a company that they may not even know is available to them.
Right. And the other thing that I know you're working on right now with a few of our clients is refinancing, restructuring these merchant cash advances who are just swimming in debt trying to service these loans.
Okay.
There's a ton of those out there where somebody has borrowed money in a pinch and the repayment terms are just unmanageable. And we have a solution to renegotiate those and deal with that in a very legal and painless way. And we've been bringing a lot of relief to several business owners who got in a little bit over their heads. And
I think one of them in particular, we're able to save them about $12,000 a month in their monthly payments, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's significant.
Makes quite a difference in cash flow. Awesome. Any last thoughts you'd like to share with us, Chris, before we sign off for the night?
No, this has been great, Brian. I mean, I think this platform is great. I think live at 5 with Pharus Global and Brian Hartman on Tuesday nights is a great thing. I know this was mostly informational about Pharus Group, but the intent is to bring topics of information that are meaningful to business owners through the course of this show. I know, talking about mergers and acquisitions and how to access equity, that's going to be a wonderful show. I hope that maybe somebody can flip the tables and interview you and talk about funding and talk about small business lending, SBA lending,
Absolutely.
and talk about credit as well, because those are important issues for business owners. Dealing with personal credit because it matters when you're borrowing for your business. Dealing with business credit because it's nice to be able to borrow without a personal guarantee. And so all of that, we'll have to flip the tables here, and I'll interview you, and you can tell the audience about that, because we've got so many resources. The one thing that I absolutely love about Pharus Group and Pharus Global and all of the companies we have is exactly that one-stop shop. There's so much to know as a business owner, and even if you've been at it for 20 years, there's probably things you don't know even at that point. And any one or two people, it's hard for them to know it, but we collectively have so much knowledge at Pharus Group and Pharus Global that we can bring that knowledge, that expertise out to small business owners and help them be more successful. At the end of the day, we're about economic development. We want to focus in on an area and a segment of the market, help them grow, help them foster, be as profitable as possible, develop equity, pay taxes, employ people, and just be a thriving economy. And that all can happen with good hard work and good knowledge and experience. It's been fun.
Yeah, it definitely has been fun. We appreciate you being on tonight, Chris. And also, if anybody is interested in gaining exposure for their own company, if you provide a service that helps other businesses, whether it's local or national, we're okay with both. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to that number on the bottom of your screen going back and forth. We'll be happy to get you in line to set up an interview and learn more about what you do and how you're helping the community. And so with that said, without anything else, I think we covered everything. Thanks again for being on, Chris.
You're welcome. I apologize in advance that I will not sing, because I'm going to leave that to Frank. He did a wonderful job exiting, but nobody wants me to sing tonight.
Well, you could. It'll make everybody shut down the show.
That's for sure.
Thanks again, Chris. We appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night, Brian.